to cut to the front of the.
Welcome to the first episode of Word for Word. This is my first vlog, and I was inspired to do this vlog by Cassie J. Tuck. She does book reviews on YouTube and random thoughts, and she's really cool. So I will put a description, or her link in the description below, and she's really cool. My vlog, or vlog I guess it is Word for Word, and I'm going to be reviewing movies, music, books, and probably random bits here and there, different stuff. On today's episode of Word for Word, we're going to talk about music interpretation and how one person can hear a song and say, oh, this song's about one thing, or another person will say that song's about another thing. We're also going to talk about, at the end, love triangles, such as the Twilight Love Triangle with Bella and Edward and Jacob and so on and so forth. So, we're going to have some really cool stuff at the end. So that's going to be my random bit. But right now, we're going to talk about the music interpretations. I'm Moving On is one of my favorite Rascal Flatts songs. And it's about, when I first heard it, I really wasn't sure what it was about. I really liked it, and I'm writing a book. And the song sounded like a background, like the perfect song to describe the background of my character. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this song. So I looked I looked it up and I watched a video and stuff. And even the video seemed like somebody who maybe lost a loved one or something, and was really sad about that. And because some of the verses are like, I packed what I could, or I sold what I could and packed what I couldn't, and I stopped to fill up on my way out of town. And it's a good song, so if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. But I couldn't believe that when I looked it up, it was about a breakup. It was a breakup song. It does not sound like a breakup song, but apparently I'm Moving On is a breakup song. The next one is Why, also by Rascal Flatts. And part of the lyrics says, why would you leave the stage in the middle of a song? I assumed that meant that it was about about suicide, like, someone was in the middle of their life, in the middle of a song, and they left the stage, they killed themselves. So I thought it was about suicide. The lyrics made it sound like it was suicide. But then I watched the video, and the video is about child abuse. So, in reality, it's about child abuse. I couldn't believe that, and I mentioned it to somebody, and I was like, oh, wow, I asked them, I was like, what do you think this song's about? And they're like, I don't know. I was like, it's about child abuse. So it was a little weird. So I was like, okay. The next song is I Won't Let Go. And someone thought that it's also a Rascal Flatts song. And someone thought that it was about a bad relationship or abuse or something. But it's actually about a loved one dying, and the other people comforting, or this person's comforting the person whose loved one's dying. And one of them says, I won't let you go. I will stand by your side. I will dry your eyes. I will stand by your side. So on and so forth. Such a good one. So go listen to those. Those are Rascal Flatts. And the last one by Rascal Flatts is What Hurts the Most. And the whole point, people thought it was about, which it kind of was about someone dying, but it was about this girl's boyfriend dies, and her husband, or her dad, never liked him, and she got in an argument with him or something, and he got killed in a car wreck on the way home, or leaving her house, and she never got to say what she wanted to say. So that's where the lyrics, there was so much, I had so much left to say. That's where that lyric comes from. So yeah. The next one, someone said, and the Rascal Flatts ones are mine. Rascal Flatts is my favorite band, but other people said that when I looked it up, they didn't get Lone Black Train by Josh Turner. Okay, I don't understand how you cannot get that song, because it's about a lone black train, and basically it's about redemption, and the devil, literally it says in the song, the devil's driving the lone black train. No, it's not a physical train, so a lot of people ask that. It's not a physical train, no. It is a mental train, I guess you could say. It's about, these people going, and when they get on the train, they're going and living for the devil rather than for God, and so that's what that song's about. It's not about a real train. About an emotional, mental train. It's not about physical train, okay? The next one was Relentless by Jason Aldean. And someone said they didn't get that song. One of the lyrics is, I can't outrun it. It just keeps coming. Your love is relentless. Okay. That sounds like pretty good. Okay, the song's about he can't leave, he can't outrun it, he can't get away from it. And I'm assuming this is from a girl's love. He can't get away from a girl's love because the word relentless, the definition of relentless means unwavering. Like I'm relentlessly in love with you. I'm relentlessly doing this. I'm relentlessly following God, something like that. So I mean, in the video, I believe it was about a girl who couldn't get away from her love. But if you think about it in a different context, it could be about God, and he's saying, I can't get away from God's love. God's love is relentless. Even if you tried to run away from it, you can't get away from it. And then one was, "What do you think about that?" by Montgomery Gentry. And one person said, asked, where they actually asked the question, and a reply to that was, "That is confusing. Maybe it's a rhetorical question. They're not actually asking what they think, but making a point." Yep, they're basically making a point, because they say, I know literally every word to that song, but basically he says, the reason for that is because he goes, "I don't care what you think, what do you think about that?" He's not saying, okay, I don't care what you think, and then asking what do you think about that. He's saying, I don't care what you think, how do you like that, basically. So, no, he's not saying, yeah. And then, Kerosene by Miranda Lambert. I don't see how that is, someone said that they didn't get it. But that's the song that I find it's easy. She says, basically the guy's cheating on her, and she's bringing down his house. Pretty easy to understand. And another one that's easy to understand is My Wish by Rascal Flatts. Okay, the chorus is, "My wish for you is that, the days are, all your dreams come true, and, so on and so forth." It's an easy song to interpret. You don't have to think about this, okay? And then there's some songs that there is no deeper meaning to, such as Bonfire by Craig Morgan. Okay, there's no deeper meaning to that. They're at a bonfire having fun. There's no deeper meaning there. Thriller by Michael Jackson. They are, in a graveyard. Halloween, monsters are coming out. No deeper meaning. And Boondocks by Little Big Town. They're in the Boondocks. They're born and raised in the Boondocks. That's what they want to do. That's where they want to be. No, it's there, and that's what it's there for. So, I mean, just saying, it's, some songs do not have a deeper meaning. Some songs are just songs that are to listen to, and they don't need to be interpreted. And then one song, and I just have to bring this up, it's a little pet peeve of mine. The song John Deere Green by, John Deere Green by Joe Diffie. In that song, it says, the whole town said he should have used red, but it looked good to Charlene in John Deere Green. He painted a heart, or I think he painted a heart on the water tower, or Will You Marry Me, one or the other, on the water tower, I don't remember. But it says he did it in John Deere Green. Okay, my brother thinks that John Deere Green was the town. No. John Deere Green was the color of the paint that the dude wrote it in. The guy wrote it in John Deere Green. The whole town said he should have used red, but it looked good to Charlene in John Deere Green. Okay? The color. Now, I'm over my little rant about music and interpretations. And if you have any songs, any genre of songs except for like stupid rap or something that's bad that I'm not gonna listen to, if you have any songs you'd like me to interpret, or you'd like my opinions on, let me know. Comment or inbox me. I will be sure to let you know my thoughts on them. So now we're going to go to my random bit. Okay, so my random bit. People have been saying, and I read it the other day, it was so funny. This girl said, or I'm not sure if the girl was an article I was reading in Entertainment Weekly, and it said it is a commandment to, in any YA, adult novel, that you have to have a love triangle, which seems to be pretty accurate lately. Not just in novels and books, and so on and so forth, but in movies. Every movie, okay, even though 90% of the movies started out as books, but so I looked up some love triangles. Of course, we all know there's Team Edward or Jacob, Edward or Jacob. Everybody knows that. That's the biggest one out there. And the whole Team Edward or Jacob started teams for everything, for Hunger Games, Pirates of the Caribbean, everything. So we're gonna examine some of these real quick. Love triangles. Okay. The first one obviously is Edward or Jacob. Let me know your opinion for all these love triangles in the inbox or in the comment box. Personally, Edward or Jacob. Bella can have Edward. Edward is right for Bella. Jacob's mine. Jacob is he's gorgeous. I mean, how could you not do that? But then again, it's so funny. I seen a quote the other day and it matched me like to the point. It said, "When I'm reading, I'm Edward. When I'm reading, I'm Team Edward. And when I'm watching, I'm Team Jacob." I have to agree with that. But when you say team, it's so hard. And when they say team, does that mean who you pick for the person or who you pick for yourself? Obviously, who you pick for the person, I was saying. But for Bella, Edward, and for me, Jacob. Even though Jasper is my favorite character. Jackson Rathbone does an amazing job as Jasper. Next, The Hunger Games. Peeta versus Gale. I have not read Catching Fire or Mockingjay yet, but after the first book, I'm Team Peeta, because Gale's just kind of weird, and he's not really there, kind of thing. So I'm Team Peeta. Next, Pirates of the Caribbean. Will or Jack? That's a really hard one for me. Obviously Will for Elizabeth, and probably Will for myself if I love Orlando Bloom. That's it. Jack Sparrow, and Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, fit. Next, the Mortal Instruments series, book series, becoming a movie. Jace or Simon? Jace all the way. Okay, Isabel. Simon can take Isabel. For Clary, it is Jace, and for me, it's Jace. I'm in love with Jace. I was in love with Alec until he's in love with Magnus. So it's not my type. And then when I was looking up, I seen some weird ones. There was The Dark Knight, Bruce versus Harvey. Okay, I would never thought of that. I'd have to go with Bruce just because I like Batman. Also another one that was weird was the X-Men series, Wolverine versus Cyclops, aka Scott. I love Cyclops, I love Wolverine, but for Jean Grey, Cyclops. And then in Lord of the Rings, which I thought was really weird, it was Eowyn versus Arwen, and definitely Arwen for Aragorn, because, I mean, hello. And then, even though it's not a love triangle, I have to throw this in there, Legolas or Aragorn, who do you like better? I, personally, in the movie, I like Legolas, just because he's Orlando Bloom and he's amazing. The book, I like Aragorn. And then my own personal one to throw in there, was, in Snow White and the Huntsman, or Will. I have to say Will. The scene, and I'm hoping, be able to put a clip in here. I may not be able to, because it's new. There may not be a clip available online to put here. But the one scene where Will comes up and he goes, "Do you need a bowman?" And the guy goes, "I already have a bowman." And he takes it, and he does like a Legolas shot with 2 arrows, and he shoots the dude. And he falls down, and he goes, "I said, do you need a bowman?" And he did that to go find Snow White. But that was the coolest scene, my favorite scene. From that point, I said, I am Will. I love Will. And then another one is in the Clockwork Prince, the Infernal Devices series, Will or Jim? I have to say, okay, Jim's really cool. Like, he's really, really cool. I like him. But I think Tisa will end up with Will. Even though, okay, at the end of Clockwork Angel, I was like, oh my gosh, Will, I can't stand you. You're so mean. Because he said what he said to Tisa about not being able to have babies. It was so mean. But then, I was so angry at him. I was like, I do not like Will. I don't like him. And then I started the first chapter of Clockwork Prince. I was like, okay, I love Will again. But like I said, I think the main reason I love Will is because he reminds us all of Alec. He reminds me of Alec at least. And I really loved Alec. And then Alec was gay, so, that kind of happened. So yeah. So that is my take and my random bit. But I mean, if you have some more love triangles, or not even triangles, I mean, like Legolas Aragorn type things, I will be more than happy to give you my opinion. My next review, I'm gonna do either a book or a movie, trying to figure that out. And I also have some really funny stuff to add to the next one, so I do hope you will tune into the next word for word, and if you have any improvements, any ideas, thank you, and please, let me know what they are. And thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, thumbs up, inbox me, like I said, any questions or anything. And yeah, this was word for word. And I'm sorry if this episode was a little random and maybe not very good, kind of boring. But like I said, it's my first episode, my first one for like ever. I used to do movie reviews and they were really stupid. But yeah, so if you watch this video till the end, comment Will Turner. Okay, comment Will Turner, and I will see you next time on Word for Word.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you.